Hello and welcome to Recap Master. I'm your host and I'm excited to share this recap with you. In the beginning of the movie we see two friends named Jade and Kyle who are in the airport actually. Jade, Kyle, and Jade's girlfriend Ava along with a friend named Cabo, they are going to the place to celebrate their holidays for a few days. Now both of them see two more people there, who have the kit of scuba drivers. Now talking about Ava, she is actually the daughter of the governor, due to which Ava along with her father has sent a bodyguard named Brandon, and Jade does not like this at all. On this Ava says that he will not disturb us. I have been watching him since childhood and that is why I respect him a lot. I do, so I can't ask them to go back. Meanwhile, we also see an old couple who have come with their granddaughter for a flight to Cabo. The name of this old couple is Hank and Mendy and their granddaughter her name is Rose. There is no one in this world except these two, so these three are also going to Cabo on vacation. Now while going inside, Rose has dropped her toddy, although she is 10 years old, but then even till today, she has not been able to leave this childhood teddy. You know, she has a great attachment. Now that teddy was very important for her, so she runs out, and during this time she also collides with Ava, and due to this collision, her coffee gets spoiled. Ava falls down and first scolds him, but then she takes pity on him, so she goes back and brings him his toddy, along with giving it to him. She also says sorry to Rose, after which a good friendship develops between them. Hank also meets Ava, then Ava sees Brandon alone and goes to him. He tells Ava that if your friends don't like me coming then I will go back right now, but Ava refuses him. She says that something is feeling strange today, I don't know why, that's why I want you to stay here. During our conversation, we come to know that Brandon considered Ava's mother as his sister, who died due to drowning, but Brandon at that time he was not present with them and he is very regretful about this. At the moment all these people start boarding the plane one by one, where we also see the flight attendant Danny Leo, who very nicely shows all the people to their seats. He is showing and he is very good in his work. For now we can see that there are very few people on this flight because it is a morning flight and all the flights after that are more crowded. Then their journey begins, and due to the collision of a bird in the air, the main part of the plane catches fire, due to which a layer breaks and falls inside the plane due to the wind, and the plane breaks. Due to which everyone starts getting pulled in the air and everyone is trying to save themselves, but it is of no use. Someone's head gets stuck between the seats and becomes a chutney, and many people end up in tatters due to getting pulled inside the turbine. There is chaos, most of the people were killed. Then when the plane goes down, it falls not on the ground but in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Now we see that Ava, Jade and Kyle are still alive, although the bone in Cal's hand is broken and comes out. Ava sees that the front part of the plane is completely submerged in water, but the water has not yet reached these people. Besides, Danilo is also saved. At the same time they see that Brandon is still alive, who is trying to save Rose from the water. Mandy is also there but she is not regaining consciousness. Then Daniel starts giving her CPR and luckily Mandy is saved. As soon as Mandy regains consciousness the first thing she sees is Rose, and then when she asks about the hack, Brendan tells her that he could not survive the hack, and then she cries a lot after knowing that the part of the plane where they were in had become like an airlock due to the low pressure. Something like that happens in submarines, and that is why water did not reach them, but they are at great depth, so for a long time this thing will not be able to stop the water from filling. They will have to do anything to get out of here. The rest of these people were very low in the water, so they could not even swim up without oxygen. Daniel tells Brandon that during the crash, the pilot first if they had informed about the crash on the radio, then maybe help would have come, but at the moment they had to escape by whatever means. There were some oxygen cylinders also present there. It was Mandy who had told Brandon about this, that a man behind me had that cylinder. Then to bring it back, Brandon makes up his mind to go under the water and see it, but Mandy tells Brandon, if possible, to bring my husband Hang's hat. Brandon goes and looks, but he does not find the oxygen cylinder, but suddenly there a shark comes and attacks him. Somehow he escapes and comes back in a very injured condition, but he gives Hang's hat to Mandy and says to Ava, I will not be able to take care of you anymore, you will have to take care of yourself. Saying this, Brandon is dragged away by a shark, and seeing that everyone's condition is deteriorating, they quickly go inside the compartment out of fear. That is, now, they had another new problem in front of them. Now they are very sad due to Brandon's death because she had been with him since childhood. For now, they just had to wait, so Mandy folded the magazines and plastered them on Kyle's hand. Actually, Mandy was a nut in the army. She met Hack during the Iraq War. Hack was also an army soldier. At that time, the scene turns to the other side where we see that a helicopter is searching for them in the ocean, but they do not find any clue. Now its pilot tells that we have only half an hour of fuel. After that, we have to return back. We will have to return here. Ava and everyone else are talking among themselves that somehow they will have to bring back the Slanders, but before that they have also distracted the shark. On this, Rose says that the teacher in school had told me that the shark, he doesn't like bubbles, and then Kyle chirpingly says that now we will do the work as per the instructions of a child. Meanwhile, the ship starts slipping further in the water and it hangs a little at another depth inside the water. Everyone understands that the plane would not be able to handle this pressure for long and would break. Meanwhile, from the helicopter above, the pilot sees the wreckage of the plane, so they had brought 2 scuba divers with them. So they sent them into the water to search for the plane. They find the plane, and after seeing them, Ava and everyone else inside, the plane become very happy. Then suddenly some more sharks attack these scuba divers and eat them alive. If there was a dead body, Sharks was attracted by this thing and was roaming around this plane. Then Ava musters courage and tries to go further under the water so that she can see where the cylinders of the scuba divers are, but from a distance there is something in the water. Jade is also unable to see, climbs on the seat and starts moving forward when suddenly his foot slips, and he falls into the water. He was about to fall into the water when the shark attacks him again, but Jade is saved by Ava and everyone else was holding her, so they save her, but in all this the shark completely eats Jade's leg below the knee. Then Mandy bandages her to stop the bleeding. Ava also takes care of Jade all this. Seeing this, Rose gets very scared. Then Kyle remembers that he had seen some people in the airport who had scrub drivers' suits, etc. Their bags would be green in color, so what was that? Now Danilo tells where the luggage was kept. Ava takes a flare and starts going towards the place where there is water all around. Meanwhile, these scuba divers, who have been eaten by sharks, the people with a helicopter above think that she has not arrived yet and the fuel was very less, that is why. They turn back so that she can come with more help. Meanwhile, Ava finds the green bag with great difficulty under the water. She somehow brings it up, and after opening the bag, they find 4 scuba suits and goggles, etc. Then suddenly there is a stir in the ship and they start looking outside. Meanwhile, Mandy sees that Jade is no longer breathing. She tells everyone about this and that he is dead, and Kyle along with Ava cries a lot. Meanwhile, there is some movement again and the front part of the plane breaks and goes deeper, so the water now starts rising, meaning people can't stay here any longer, they will be killed if they stop. Then Ava makes a plan that we can scare the sharks by creating bubbles from small carbon dioxide gas containers, as Rose said, and then after this, we'll take the oxygen tanks of the drivers and we'll go out taking oxygen one by one. There, will tell Rose that you stay with me, and one of those 2 oxygen tanks will be fixed with Rose and the rest will take turns. We will take oxygen from the same tank. Now Kyle is scared of water, so he gets a little nervous. Ava gives him courage that you will do it. Now before going here, Mandy takes a promise from Ava that if anything happens to me, you take care of Rose. For this Ava says yes. Ava and Rose go first, who are attacked by sharks, but Ava scares them away with a bubble. That means Rose's idea had worked. Friends, here Mandy wore a suit. She had refused to wear it before, saying that she was a very good swimmer and did not need a suit. She told Daniel and Kyle to go ahead and stayed there herself, that is, because she was short of one suit. She had done this and the next moment she dies due to the water getting filled at that place. Daniel and Kyle also see this thing. Here in this panic, Kyle drops the bubble maker from his hand and he gets very scared that now what to do. His turn had already come, the shark attacks him and kills him badly. Danilo also sees this, but what could he do? He moves ahead, that too. Here Ava gets the oxygen tank. Danilo goes near her and Ava. He gestures to tell that the other 2 people are dead. Then all 3 quickly move ahead after taking oxygen. Danilo moves ahead with Rose. He encounters the same shark. Seeing her, she does not make any movement at all. That shark silently passes in front of him without harming him. At the same time suddenly the rest of the ship starts falling deeper, due to which Daniel and Rose go ahead but Ava gets swept behind, then they somehow manage to escape. Hawaii comes out where she sees that neither Daniel is there nor Rose. She calls out to him. Somehow she comes above the water. All her hopes were lost, but at that moment a helicopter arrives there. Joe takes Ava up and she sees that Daniel and Rose are already on board and Ava is very happy to see them alive. Rose then asks about Mandy and Ava tells her that she did not survive but as I had promised her that I will take care of you every day. She is clinging to the Jawa and to get the hang of it, she drops her teddy bear in the water. Among so many people, only these three survived, which was no less than a miracle, so friends, this is why this is the best survival thriller movie ends here. If you like the video, if you like the explanation then like it. Subscribe to the channel till then goodbye in the next video. Take care of yourself and finally thanks for watching.